If you've been trying to get into the housing market over the last couple years, you've been dealing with a really tough combination. We had house prices skyrocket after COVID with next to nothing interest rates and pent up demand. We had house prices come to prices we've never seen before. And then soon after that, we had interest rates skyrocket to rates that we haven't seen in over 20 years. But don't get discouraged. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why 2025 is the year to buy. Reason number 1 to buy in 2025, the availability of 30-year amortized mortgages. Up until last year, if you were purchasing the home with less than 20% down, you were capped at a 25-year amortized mortgage. That changed last year. So this year, if you are a first-time home buyer and you have less than 20% down to put on a home, which is the boat a lot of first-time home buyers are in, you can now amortize your mortgage over 30 years. This means in comparison to a 25-year amortized mortgage, you'd have a lower mortgage payment. And it also means that you would qualify for more mortgage using a 30-year amortized mortgage. Okay, reason number 2 to buy in 2025, interest rates are substantially lower than what they were about 18 months ago. If you were to purchase a home in late 2023, you would have been looking at an interest rate of 5.5% to 6%. Today, lowest available rates are in the low 4s or some are even in the high 3s. In comparison to what you would have paid 18 months ago, that's like a $500 per month drop on a $500,000 mortgage. And although I do believe rates will continue to fall in 2025, there are signals that fixed rates are starting to bottom. So now is as good a time as any to secure the best rate you can and jump into the market. Reason number 3 to buy in 2025, the home buyer's plan. This is a plan that is available to first-time home buyers that enables them to withdraw from their RRSPs and not pay tax on that withdrawal as long as they use the proceeds as a down payment on a home. Up until last year, you were maxed at $30,000. That got doubled last year to $60,000. And if you are with your spouse, you could withdraw up to $120,000 from your RRSPs as long as you use it as a down payment on a home and not pay tax. You just have to pay it back over the next 15 years. Reason number 4 to buy in 2025, it's a great time to buy a newly constructed home because there's incentives available to everybody, not just first-time home buyers. If you are anyone and you're buying a newly constructed home with less than 20% down, you can now amortize your mortgage over 30 years, lowering your mortgage payments. And also here in BC, if you were to purchase a newly constructed home up to 1.1 million, you are completely exempt from property transfer tax. That is a savings of $20,000. Again, that's available to everybody, not just first-time home buyers. Okay, reason number 5 to buy in 2025. Most major areas here in British Columbia are in either a balanced market or a buyer's market. And what metric do we use to figure this out? Well, we look at something called sales to active listing ratio. And the higher that number is considered a seller's market. The lower the number is, it could be considered a buyer's market. And there's a range in there that's considered a balanced market. So if you have one sale to 100 active listings, obviously that's 1%. That would be good for buyers. If you had 50 sales to 100 active listings, that is a much higher number, 50%. A lot less on the market, a lot more people going after those listings, obviously a seller's market. Let's take a quick look at where things sit right now. Okay, so we're looking at the BC Real Estate Association's report that came out on January 2nd of this year. And we're looking at a chart that represents the sales to active listings ratio. And if you look at the 5 major parts of British Columbia, they're all either in a balanced territory of 15 to 25% or in a buyer's market of under 15%. Okay, so there you have it, 5 reasons to buy in 2025 and why this year is the year that you can get into the real estate market. If you have any questions on how you take that jump, please reach out to me. I'd love to chat.